Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a freaking crazy knife unboxing to share with you guys. This was sent to me by Maxace, and it was sent to me like a month ago. I was actually worried that it wasn't going to make it, but here it is. Thank you so much to Maxace for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I have absolutely no idea if these are still in stock. If they're not in stock, they may become in stock at some point in the near future. I don't know. I will link where these originally came from right down in the description so that you guys can at least check out the original listing. Okay. I'm also going to link Maxace knives in general because there's lots of really great Maxace knives that are available right now that I think you guys will like. Who could have guessed that it was a big freaking crazy thing? Oh boy, it comes with a freaking holster. All right, let's take a look here. Looks like we've got a couple of patches here. That's right, MC Studio Maxace knife. And then, okay, good deal. This is heavy. This is not the biggest knife. I checked the specs. It's not the biggest knife ever from Maxace, but it is a big one. Oh boy, I wasn't sure which one they sent me. Wow. Whole bunch of stuff, including the tool required for disassembly. Yeah, that's typical Maxace. Very cool. This is the Titanis. Titanis it is. Let go. Let go. God. Oh my God. What the heck? This is completely and totally over the top. Intentionally, by the way. Maxace is absolutely doing this on purpose at this point. Oh man, what on earth? Okay, so these come in a bunch of different variations. This is the DLC and like gold anno version. They also had like a plain tie version. And then they had, I don't know what else, maybe one or two other basic variants like this. And then they had a Mokame or Mocha tie. Excuse me, I think it's actually Mokame Gain inlay version and a Timascus inlay version. These are not cheap. This is M390. I don't know where it says it, but I remember looking at the specs before it came in. M390, and it doesn't even actually say. Here's the different versions, right? So we have M390. We got TC4 Titanium, which is Chinese grade 2, which is the exact same thing as USA grade 5. They hit the Rockwell hardness only 59 to 60, which is from kind of to, you know. At least it's right in there. I would prefer that they hit it at a base of 60 and maybe upwards, you know, maybe 60 to 61 would be a little bit better, but we're hitting the same sort of commercial hardness that every other company seems to be hitting. So, okay, you know, be nice to see it a little bit bigger. I am really shocked that the detent on this actually works. Did you look at this? The action. Good Lord. Reverse flick, no problem. The detent is actually pretty okay. The other thing I'm seeing, this is an inset. Is it an inset titanium liner? Where's the magnet? God, this thing is just stupid big. It's like imagine that you started, like if you could choose the Spyderco Spidey Chef in an RPG, and then you leveled up that Spyderco Spidey Chef to level 100 and got all the legendary armor and the legendary weapons. That's what this looks like. It looks like it's been leveled up to the max. Anyways, let's take a look here. This is actually steel. So we have a giant steel inset liner, which is fine. That's exactly the same thing as having a tie lock bar with a steel lock bar insert. They might as well have made it because look at all this titanium, right? I don't know. If your instinct is to complain that the inset liner is not titanium, as if they cut corners, the rest of this is titanium, a ridiculous amount of titanium. Look at this polished pivot collar here. And here's the pivot, which, you know, people are going to say, that makes no sense. Why didn't they make it Torx? The whole thing doesn't make sense. It already doesn't make sense, right? I mean, we're way past that. It also still has, you know, I mean, we have, these are the biggest blade stops I've ever seen, hands down. These studs are also stops. So we have 2 points of contact, 3 points of contact, including the very thick inset liner, which is also the thickest inset liner I've ever seen. We also have the hole for the pin lock, right? So you can quintuple lock it out, right? Or quadruple lock it out, or whatever you want to call that. That is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. I know that this knife is not quite as big as the Vortex. I mean, the blade's taller. And the blade stock thickness, I don't think is quite as thick, but I think it's actually approaching a 1/4 inch, right? So, the thickest standard blades that people always get confused. They'll be like, you should try a Medford if you want. The Medford knives, the thickest that they get on a production level, like a regular, unless they do like some weird custom, is a 1/4 inch, right? So the flat on this, yeah, we're approaching a 1/4 inch, right? So couple that with the fact that it's way, way bigger than the Praetorian tie, I guess, which is the thickest full-size guy. Yeah, I'd say we're on a level past that for sure. I can't believe how well the thing actually works. I mean, like, does this make sense for you? You know what's really funny? The one thing, well, honestly, the tension on this clip is absurd. And they've got a landing zone for it. There's barely any room for it to pass over a pocket clip seam, right? But what I love about it is not only did it follow, I almost didn't see it because it follows this sort of, you know, the little inserts get bigger and bigger and bigger. But it follows that exactly. They also made the pocket clip short, so you don't feel it at all. Ergonomically, I mean, it's pretty blocky, but position 1, position 2, there's almost a double choke up position. 4. There are 1, 2, 3 extremely distinct hand positions on this knife. Oh boy. Can it even cut? But could it even cut? Could it even cut? Yeah, I'm sure that it can. Where's my paper? Yeah, I'm sure that it can. I mean, you still have to push the whole wedge of steel through whatever it is that you're cutting. Oh yeah, no problem. That's funny. This is insane. This is one of the most absurd knives that I have ever seen. Makes no sense. Yeah, I'll carry it for a bit and use it for regular stuff. But you know what? Here, let's measure it. Let's measure it. This is a $500 knife, by the way. Not a cheap knife. Not at all. I mean, and again, you know, yeah, I know it's made in China. There's a lot of materials here. I don't know that I don't, even considering, I don't know that I agree with that price tag, right? But it's an expensive knife. So the overall length is 11 3/4 inches, just shy of 11 3/4 inches. Blade length is 5 inches. Cutting edge is 4.85. I'm going to test this. Boy, the edge is ridiculous. Look at this. Same kind of thing as the Vortex. We got the satin flats, heavily blasted in the fuller area. And then I guess it's kind of like a light blasting. Yeah, or like a vapor blasting on the bevels and on the swedge. How much does it weigh? My guess is it weighs 11 to 12 ounces, maybe more. Oh, 13.79 ounces. Absolutely ridiculous. Should we do some size comparisons up against some other beastly knives? Because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually a big fan of overbuilt knives, and I've got many in my collection. What should we start with? All right, let me grab a few here. 3, I'm going to grab a bunch of stuff. Just, these are all, everything that I'm getting out is monstrously oversized. There we go. We'll get the, and I'm going to get one more here. One more beastly boy. So we're looking at knives that are not just, right? Not just long. Length is only one factor, right? You have to consider girth, right? There's plenty of like knives that are just lengthy in Cold Steel's line, but as far as like thickness with that, no, it's different. So here it is up against the PMP Alpha Beast, which is absolutely the thickest knife in my collection. This dwarfs it. Here it is up against another Maxace, the Hephaestus, which is also a massive overbuilt knife. This also dwarfs that knife. How about we do up against the Midgard's Messer Viking. Huge knife. Still not quite as big. How about up against the Midgard's Messer Beowulf? Also a gigantic knife. Still not. The only one that's going to be slightly larger is the Maxace Vortex, which is also slightly thicker. But, you know, blade height, though, it depends. This is a little more narrow. This guy's approaching it, has more of like a robot kitchen knife kind of look to it, right? This is pretty sweet. I'm pretty impressed. This is fun. This is not a review. It's just an unboxing and first impressions, right? I want to make that clear. I'm not reviewing the knife right now. I will offer it a review, but I can tell you guys right now, this is not a practical knife. It is vastly outside of the average person's budget. It's completely and totally ridiculous, and most common folding knives will serve whatever role you need them to serve substantially better than something like this. I mean, you can pretend, but you really have to force it into a role. You have to, like, you know, lie to yourself and be like, I need this because of my serious lifestyle, and I take my tools and I use them. And I need something that's robust and seasoned like me, the warrior. Yeah, okay. Or you're just sitting on the couch, right? And every now and then you cut open an Amazon package. Like, let's be real, right? This is a ridiculous object. Fun and certainly durable, but ridiculous. That's going to be pretty much it today. Thanks so much to Maxace for sending this insane thing in. I can't wait to play with this. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.